Caitlyn has been a bit up and down, right? There are certainly angles to fight into this lane. It's not as it used to be, which was just entirely oppressive and you don't get to play the early game.
A lot of the time back then we didn't have range support as a viable option, but it's much more viable now. This makes a lot of sense. Can go into the lane feeling, okay, you're not going to get just stomped on. It's a very powerful laning champ, and it works incredibly well when the enemy champions can't move, which is what the mid and jungle are going to be doing to T1 in team fights. It feels bad for Teddy because he doesn't get to have the hyper carry impact on this pick that he would have in a lot of other situations.
Poppy is such massive value. This is very cute. I would have actually liked Gideon to be playing it. He was a brilliant Poppy's jungle player, but his Vi is already locked in. Namgung still trying to make up his mind, and picking away the Leona is what they're trying to figure out now. Do they want to do that, or do they want to pick up the Poppy for themselves? Leona will be the decision, just to make sure that Teddy isn't just getting solar flared out of his ultimate every time.
I think you could just go Lux here if you're carrier, because you have enough engage. Milio would be crazy.
Yeah, that is not what I was expecting.
Pretty good value into this comp, though, with the Leona and the Annie on the other side.
Yep, very true. And it's AoE cleanse.
Yeah.
And so Annie, like Flash Tibbers, doesn't feel nearly as bad when you... Oh, this is another way to preemptively get rid of it. And your laning phase is even stronger.
This is the Giga angle, because it both has...
Keep that one up, but like you say, in the lane, my goodness. This Leona feels... Sorry, this Morgana feels like a bit of a masterstroke, not to mention a strong lane just in general. Let's get into it. All right, man. Inspire kind of exploding here today.
I don't like it that there's no bro chant. I don't know how to
maybe
explain
we
it.
missed it.
Maybe
it happened
feel
beforehand, and it was massive, Wolf. In my mind, the bro chant is just, it's a pipeline for all of the bro tax that they've been claiming.
I know it's the T1 homestand, you know, it's their home ground. They've got everything set up. It's all about T1. That's the whole point, but I don't know. I would have liked to hear the guy, at least some other MC, chant bro and it be silent. Like, that would feel powerful in its own way, but ultimately, we're going to jump into this 1v, or rather 2v2 down here at level 1, and Namgung is not going to like it, like we were kind of alluding to earlier. If you go in, that's the end of that.
Faker also doesn't like it, as double electrocutes come out, and the egg is just sitting there in the middle of the lane! And Roma's level 1, so he can't kill it. Oh dear. Well, Faker is going to come back with half of his health bar, and no egg.
That doesn't necessarily matter right now, but it definitely could matter later.
Yeah, able to sidestep.
It's later.
There's Flash Frost as well. So yeah, Roma having a good time. Fire does beat ice.
Yeah.
If my Pokemon is still correct.
Last time I put an ice cube next to a fire, it stopped being an ice cube.
But it did then become water, Wolf.
Yeah, but it kind of like spilled over the floor and couldn't quite get to the fire, so...
Yeah, and then once it stops being ice, it then becomes water. And at that point, obviously, water is better than fire, as we know.
It's a bit tricky.
It is a bit tricky how
Faker,
it sort of melds like that.
He still has Flash, and he also has this ward here, so he is going to be totally fine. Gideon wanted to make an opportunity, realized. As Namgung had to back, so this should just be a free plate to the Caitlyn, and this lane is going as it should.
Oh, no.
Oh, rip.
I actually thought that he was going to be able to get that. I thought the turret didn't have enough damage. But however, it did. So he misses a cannon and is really in a bit of a rough spot here. Double the CS here for the Caitlyn. And
so
obviously,
annoying.
I mean, you have a melee support and you're outranged. Like, it's just not a fun time.
Yeah, it's great for the team fighting that I'm going to pick here, but otherwise...
Has to cleanse to avoid the Peacemaker? Yikes.
Okay, well, the news isn't getting better here for Teddy and Namgung right now, but it's getting potentially worse because Owner's coming.
Yeah, he is looking for a little bit of a dive opportunity. They will have to stop Teddy's back. Yeah, great ward is going to spot Owner moving on over. I think he saw that ward go down, and so he's not going to give his position away.
Teddy is down 14 CS. He's going to be down even more. I mean, he's not getting any of this, so that's going to stay the case as he had to back there, and Namgung is just going to get the experience. So he'll finally get level 3 off of that wave because he spent some time back himself. T1, strong early laning phase in the bottom lane. Top side, Doran only a few CS down, holding his own there in the tough matchup in the early game here into the Rumble. Faker, he lost Egg, but you know, that doesn't, again, necessarily mean anything if it's not punished.
Yeah, casting just unfortunately misses a cannon and takes a turret shot. That is a series of unfortunate events, I would say, for this Rumble.
Loved that series when I was younger.
Yeah, thanks, Lemony Snicket.
It's not his real name.
It is in my mind.
I don't know what his real name is, so.
Nah, neither do I. Didn't even read the
Basically real. Oh, you didn't read the books?
No, I didn't. I think I watched the movie a very long time ago, but did not read the books.
That's fair. I mean, you know.
I don't like, you know, like just bad news. And aren't those books just bad news?
Yeah, it is legit.
Isn't it Bad News, the series?
It is that, yes. It's like every happy ending is like, and then it was almost sort of okay. And that's the best we got.
Yeah. Doesn't seem great. As, okay, point blank Dark Binding is going to connect on to Namgung. This time, at least, he has Eclipse.
This does feel like this game script could have been written by Lemony Snicket, though. As the bottom lane is very unfortunate for Namgung. Cards that he dealt himself, though, unlike the Baudelaire family. We're just a little bit unlucky. As this lane is not going to get better. Another route. And Owner is here. They want to set something out now. It's very difficult to dive a Leona because she has a lot of the CC buttons.
Yeah, Teddy doesn't have Cleanse, though, so he can't stop the CC buttons. As Namgung somehow sides... I don't know how that worked, but it kind of did. As the Black Shield is going to stop the Shield of Daybreak from working out.
Gideon's somewhat nearby, but he will be seen by this ward, so I think this will be the end of the pressure here for T1.
Good news is the bros are alive. The bad news is they don't have any money.
Well, define alive.
It is not dead.
True. Okay, fair.
And that's where I'm at.
Still not in the death chamber. Still able to control their characters.
Indeed,
yeah.
Indeed.
Because he's
green, not black and white.
He's 562. You know, it's iterating a little bit. Gold behind. Finds himself 20 CS behind. Teddy does, and is Misfortune. So needs the rest of the map to be kind of smashing it. And so far, it's really only Roamer who has a lead anywhere else. As casting has not been able to continue to put the pressure on the door and is starting to really turn this one around, as Sion often does, as he starts to get items and starts to get levels. Has his ultimate, is tanking, or rather gaining health, getting tankier.
Carrier poking his head in towards the mid lane, but isn't able to find any inroads. Gideon now on his blue buff, but does have Owner to contend with. As Vault Breaker brings Gideon over towards his Gromp now. It looks like Owner will be able to get this steal, as Gideon needs to protect his bottom lane.
Yeah, he is close to 6. This Gromp, I don't think, is enough. Hard to judge with that bar.
Owner is spotted on vision.
Okay,
that heading towards the dragon is actually going to start it up by the looks of things.
Gideon has level 6, but doesn't have anywhere to go with it, right? Like, it's tough to gank mid. Dragon here, they don't have any prio, so Namgung, do not do that. Do not go in on that.
They are looking very tempted.
I would not suggest it without your Misfortune ultimate. You're very close there.
Oh, Dark Binding is now on cooldown, but yeah, I don't think the bros are really going to be able to capitalize. Just be happy that you can access the wave.
And the dragon didn't go over. Owner decided not to go for that, decided to look for something here in mid, and Gideon covered, so ends up being bros holding on a little bit down here on the bottom side.
Yep. Teddy will get bound, and the Peacemaker comes in once again. It's like clockwork, as there is the farm alarm.
Yeah, maybe like right now the rest of the team is like, put that on silent mode.
Yeah, exactly. Even vibrate is a bit annoying.
Or as we like to call it here in Asia, manner mode.
Manner mode.
That's what it's called. It's great. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Actually brilliant. All right, Dark Binding goes wide once again, but yeah, it's still bad news.
It's just like, it doesn't matter if he hits it or not. The fact that he can hit it means they have to just kind of huddle under the turret. Doran is Sion, so this is going to be tricky.
Does still have to flash, as the ulti is on cooldown. Can't use that in order to escape. Still, Gideon not going to press the R button or anything like that, as Owner makes his way over. Was thinking to try and catch Roma here.
They have a lot of prio in the top lane, so this is a little risky for T1. Faker has his egg back.
Gideon a little bit frustrated because he almost gets pulled off his grubs, as the Black Shield does so much work here. Headshot on Namgung as well. One more auto, and that is first blood over to Carrier. Bros, you opted into that.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about in the draft. Like, if you go in on the Morgana, she just, spell shields and goes low, and roots you, and then you die. It didn't work out the way he was hoping for.
Gideon gets out, does take an auto attack with him, but it looks like Romer is going to be okay, makes it back to lane. The Gideon grubs are taken. But this turret is almost taken as well. And it's almost 1,000 gold in the lead here for this Caitlyn lane.
Remember game 1?
Never forget.
It was so close and so hype.
It was something, Wolf. It really was. And this is starting to form into not something. It's starting to form into...
Wait a minute.
Okay. Possible angle here as Gideon finds the cease and desist. Doran still with no ulti available and also doesn't hit the Q. I think this Scion, ladies and gentlemen, is dead.
All right.
Going to take down the kill.
They got him.
All right, 1-1. If you look at that part of the scoreboard,
it's tie
it's amazing.
Game. Tie game,
exactly.
Alice. Yeah.
Still super close, Wolf. And they've got 3 grubs. I think Bro are in the lead.
When that dragon is killed for T1, it doesn't make the 1 into a 2. So I still think the game state is the same.
Right. They do have a dragon now, though, so... I mean, it's 3-1, though. They only took 1 dragon, and they took 3 grubs on the Bro side.
I mean, that's a good way of looking at things. That's the kind of optimism I need.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why they pay me the big bucks. For the optimism. That's what it is.
There's still an angle for Teddy to be relevant with all the CC, even 1,300 gold behind. He's not going to be winning any awards for like an 80 carry battle. It's not going to be saying bot diff in the all chat if they win this game, but he can follow up on a lot of the CC here if it's set up properly for him. So the game is not all for naught, but Caitlyn's supposed to do well. But when you opt into the Leona and then opt into like going into the Morgana as the Leona in this case, it's not supposed to be like this hard.
Yeah.
But there's hope for Teddy yet. Not for this turret though, I don't think.
No, this turret is very much going to go down. Dark Binding does go wide as Solar Flare is going to straight up miss, and that means that Teddy's ultimate is also whiffing as well.
Well, he kept the turret alive.
Yeah, Solar Flare is a button that's hard to press when there's a black shield.
Yeah, it's hard to crowd control them when the shield says that that's not allowed.
Yeah.
Well, the turret will still go down.
It will. That is no longer a turret. That is rubble.
How do you headshot a turret?
You shoot it in the head.
It's got like a head. It's got a little like owl-looking thing going on.
So it's just in the head part is where you aim the bullet. I think
shoot it in the beak.
Yep, straight in the beak.
Beak shot.
Exactly right.
Well, this is the same story that we've been telling for the last 11 minutes, frankly, in this game. There was the top side pick. They did get that done, but otherwise, now the Caitlyn is unleashed to go elsewhere. And right now, feeling like it's old lane swap meta. We're going top side. We're going to maybe try to punish this Rumble here. Here we go.
Yeah, the Scion has left the station and has left all of his abilities on the floor.
There's a lot of Bro coming up.
Well, casting will be able to grab these minions as well as Pays gets double harpooned. That might mean he's killable, as Kerry is a long way away. Still Teddy getting some free time with this outer turret on the bottom side will be good news, and he is unanswered right now.
I think just straight up, if you're Hanjin here, you have to shadow the Rumble, but don't commit. Don't be the aggressor. Be the defender and let Teddy get money. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Just going to kind of huddle here and make it so that Pays cannot actually dive. And I was getting some plate gold. Okay, they're not going to do that.
Yeah,
they're going to go now.
Pays immediately cleanses. Does have the black shield from Carrier, but that is now worn off. There's a teleport in from the Annie. That's going to take about 15 years for him to get there, and Pays will be burnt to a crisp after those 15 years are up, as Roma does make his way through.
There were 2 teleport wards Faker could have utilized there to wrap around behind them. That I thought maybe that was going to be how T1 decided to punish there.
Wait a second. The Bros are actually doing pretty well.
Yeah, no, it kind of feels like almost playable.
Yeah.
Because they got the knockdown of the Caitlyn there on the top side. A lot of money going over to Annie right now on the push. Teddy also got a significant amount of money solo there on the bottom side of the map. You can see he's still 2,000 gold behind, but still a lot of relevant gold going over to this Misfortune. And I thought if Bro had committed there, they would have gotten punished, but T1 just kind of slink away, and the teleport was not really that impactful, but they just leave Pays out to dry. Faker could have TP to try to come in and catch on those wards there that you could see on your screen to the top side of the map, but did not opt for it. Instead wanted to get plate gold. But Bro fighting back.
Indeed. 2,000 gold is, you know, it's a large lead at this stage of the game. But if they hold on to just that deficit, you know, for another 10 minutes, you're going to be feeling a whole lot better about it. As Gideon's also able to take his Raptors. Oh, it's perfect. It's beautiful. As Casting, able to dodge another Q. Swifty's doing work here as he now overheats and just cuts down Doran's health bar. Man, he's got some magic resist, but not enough. As Solar Flare is going to not connect onto Faker. Neither does the Zenith's Blade, and he flashes away.
Okay, good job, Faker.
Good job, Faker.
That was actually quite a dire situation, but he handled it well. He does not have Flash anymore, but I think that's fine with him because he's got his res, he's got his egg, and there is just no way for them to follow up on this right now. So good escape there. As Pays is, I mean, he got plates on the top side, got plates and a turret on the bottom side. Now he's got his sights set on this mid turret. He's just doing all the Caitlyn things.
I like how you said sights, and that was like actually he bought a sight. That's his first item.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
He's also got that on his gun too, because it's Caitlyn.
Really, really cool. All right, Romer is going to be denied his little run towards Faker, but he will still stun him and drop down the bear. In goes Gideon, and they look to try and fry this one. It's looking sunny side up at this point, as he will come back and then immediately gets punched, and down goes the bird.
Well,
Namgung is in a position right now, ladies and gentlemen. I would call this a spot that he is in. He's not going to get snared, but also doesn't get bound. Now he's on a merry jaunt through the enemy jungle. Gives them the good old death thumbs up. Let's see what the bros can get on the rest of the map, because Namgung is very dead. Does sidestep the knock up there. That's pretty cute. There's a blast going down here as well as Teddy's for Pays. Equalizer goes down, and Pays has to flash to get out of the way of that one. Finally, Namgung will be taken out. As Pays was walking on over, he's like, Carrier, stop trying to help kill this Leona. I need help.
T1's lead is still very significant. Pays' lead is the lead.
Yeah, it's the whole gold lead.
It's severely diminished now with some of these plays that were made. When Faker initially had to flash, I was like, okay, that was good by Faker because he's safe now. But then this happened, where he pushed up to clear this wave with his ultimate and did not, I think, account for the fact that Gideon could be topside here. He didn't have vision on the top side of Hanjin's jungle, so he just ends up dying here. In live, Bro are grouped on the dragon, as you guys can see, but have not yet started it, working on that crab. But that happens, the mid lane collapse happens, Pays loses flash on this Caitlyn, so Bro are being proactive again, just like they were in game one.
Yep, proactivity paying off. And it is still a gold lead, but that is halved. It's kind of crazy what the bros have been able to do to make their way back in this game. Rift Herald going to be traded for Dragon by the looks of things.
Let's see what the soul is.
Yeah, it's going to be Ocean. So we've had Chemtech into Ocean. That is not exactly high value, as Faker's wall not able to do too much here as Casting overheats and looks to take him down. Remember, there is no egg and there is no flash. It's just a dead bird, as he will take the turret for his trouble. Owner collects the eye here as he is committed to this Rift Herald.
Oh, Romer?
He's just going to interrupt that one by pressing Incinerate.
I don't think that Owner could have done anything for Faker there, and he really needed to get that Herald, so you know, if he had dropped Herald earlier and Faker was like, I think he's going to go on me, let's actually get the kill, then we'll get the Herald, that could have been okay, but at the timing in which, you know, he could have come over once Faker was already caught there, it was just not a good idea. He would have dropped Herald and would have been a disaster, so he has to hold Herald and take it. He does pick it up, so that's going to be a guaranteed turret, very likely, in this game. So this one is basically dead, mid is also basically dead. But Faker here just gets run down. He uses the wall to buy time, but there's just too much damage in this Rumble.
I do think that it might have even been worth it to just kill the minion wave, as there was a lot of minions there. Although I think, yeah, most of the minions did survive, so I think Carsten did get back there. But man, it's a juicy wave, and maybe that's what Faker thought. He's like, the teleport will come in, he'll kill the wave, and I will be able to get himself out. Also did have the wall, but just wasn't able to use it effectively enough against these Swifty boots on the Rumble.
Yeah, just not quite able to make it work. Still this top jungle here for Bro, going strong in this game. And Teddy, again, like I said, he's, I don't want to call him utility, but he's really just follow-up, right? He's combo-based in this game. So
oh, yeah.
He's already pretty stable in mid lane with Bloodthirster alone, as we're going to see a bit of a skirmish here, potentially. Gideon's going to clear this vision.
Yeah.
And T1 will opt out.
Casting, lurking in this brush. extra pretty brush now that we have an Ocean Rift on our hands.
The IE is out and sharpened here for FaZe. He is ready to team fight, but the rest of his team is not really set up for the mid game that he was hoping for. He's like, I got it. I did the Caitlyn thing. You guys are all good to fight, right?
Yeah.
Faker's like, I'm on 3 sacks a rod.
Yeah. FaZe also kind of wants another item for him to be really powerful. And obviously 4 is kind of the sweet spot. So bullet time comes on down. FaZe takes basically no damage from it, but Teddy was just trying to convince them not to kill his turret. Now Doran looking to make his way in. Casting will cook him on his way forward though, as the Soul Furnace just gives him a big old shield. And down they will go. Still, the Annie on a flank angle as Gideon wants to press R, and the Dark Binding still going to manage to land here. Kind of crazy that connected onto Gideon.
So difficult for T1 to push through this choke with Casting having Equalizer. They have to refocus on the mid.
Oh, Namgung just going to tank up the ultimate here. Didn't really care about the Unstoppable Onslaughters. There is the Equalizer that you were talking about, as Doran will just enter the Battle Rift Herald and look to get some knockups. Will not careen into the wall, as now the soil is on the ground and down goes the Leona. The Bros have lost their support now as Gideon. We're going to try and fight here. Doran just tanking everything at this point in time as Roma flashes on in, throws down the bear as FaZe will just be able to net away. Teddy in a lot of trouble now as well, as Doran still alive and still just walking towards the players of Bro. Roma and Namgung both going down and T1 holding strong.
No objective to take here for T1 after this play, but pretty disastrous result for Bro, who looked like they wanted to make a proactive play here through this choke point. Look at the angle for a potential Equalizer here with this Solar Flare, but Casting doesn't drop it. And I thought, you know, in this moment, he could have done a serious amount of chip damage and then regained control of this wave and just ended the skirmish. Instead, he kind of holds it here, holds it here, holds it here, and then drops it at the kind of worst opportunity. Like, it cuts Doran off, but Doran has a Rift Herald to go to. He's also Scion, so doesn't really care anyways. And then Doran gets a double knockup, then wraps around, U-turns in to hitting Namgung when the ultimate is coming out for FaZe to secure the kill. Casting no longer has Equalizer, can't really peel for himself. A Roamer flashes here, but there is just no follow-up.
Yeah, Roma was looking for a Flash Tibbers play and just never found it throughout that entire time. I think he was possibly a little overly optimistic as to what he was going to be able to get there, because using it at the last second before he died was not exactly the greatest. Now he has a dash cannon. Maybe there's going to be an opportunity for a team fight here, but T1 moving back to a 3,000 gold lead, as Casting will spot the Scion in this brush, trying to be a little tricky. Teddy does have his Mortal Reminder now done, so cutting down the Scion is a little bit less difficult, but does want a few more items.
I'm of the mind that in this game state, yes, normally in most situations, FaZe is looking to have his third item before he really pops off, but going second item, i.e. with an MF as your enemy AD carry who can't do anything really on her own except sit on a Bloodthirster shield, I think this is actually an incredibly strong spike for him right now, even before that third item for team fights, because of the front line that they have. You know, a lot of the times Caitlyn doesn't actually get to straight up team fight at this stage. But I think given what Bro have here, FaZe is ready to do damage. He's ready to sit up in the front line and actually layer that in.
Casting looking for an angle here. This Equalizer could actually really be a problem. He throws it down. It's not exactly the most high value. His owner takes down the Drake, but they've killed FaZe, and the Bros will take down the Jarvan as well. Namgung able to flash himself out of the way. Faker wants to kill him. He'll find the Flash Frost, but now he's in such an awkward spot. Still, Casting not going to press any further forward, and the Black Shield on Doran will keep him alive. Casting gonna have to settle for a Raptor as the Bros are looking at a Baron.
I want to see where some of that damage came onto FaZe from, because it looked like, you know, he was pushing onto Teddy there, then suddenly just health bar disappear. And we're going to see a TP here from Faker to potentially contest this Baron position. Second TP.
Yeah, this Doran teleport is a dangerous one. He does have a big old shield, and there's a wall from Faker as well. Gets a nice stun, but Gideon gets out of the knockup from Doran, and he will be taken out. Level 16 from Casting on this one as well, as the Zombie Scion, he might be able to kill this Rumble, which would be absolutely massive. Gideon just barely gets over the wall. Oh my goodness, Namgung able to soak a lot of damage with that Eclipse, but the Bros a little too low to go for any Barons themselves, and maybe T1 with a full health owner could try their hand at it.
They do end up stopping the Baron essentially just by sacrificing Doran, and that means that Bro just don't have an opportunity for it. So I do think this call, while it looked a little bit silly in hindsight when you see the Scion get caught there, and also Faker's wall wasn't necessarily helping him. I want to watch this fight again, because Teddy, ends up just popping Paze here. Paze goes forward. Obviously, on the other side of the fight, the equalizer splits them up.
Oh, Teddy just flashes out of the way.
Yeah, just avoids that. Just out-damages him there. Sitting on 2 items himself.
I mean, this is the power of 2 items on a Misfortune versus 2 items on a Caitlyn. That being said, I think Paze should have been stronger, right? He's 2,000 gold ahead.
Just could not actually get it done there. Great flash from Teddy. And then Doran here goes in to try to save the day. This wall, a little bit suspect, trying to help zone Gideon out. Then Gideon is barely able to get over the next one, which is pretty crazy. Stun hits onto casting, but game is incredibly close, right? I mean, this Rumble is very, very strong right now. The Vi is huge, and even though the Caitlyn has a 2,000 gold lead, we haven't seen the impact outside of lane just yet here for Paze. You can see that gold up there. He's 2K up. Teddy's second in the game.
Yeah, he does have rapid fire cannon now, so this is starting to become a scary point. Namgung is extraordinarily dead. Does land a solar flare. There's a bullet time as well. So, you know, taking some damage for their trouble, but that is a very deadly owner. And Teddy is now just going to walk in, looks to stand his ground, and the ace in the hole will take him out with the help of the Jarvan. And so the bottom lane are just dead, Wolf.
Yeah, the look on Teddy's face there and the gesture, the scratch of the head from Teddy, it makes me wonder if he also wasn't sure what he was doing there.
Well, Gideon, you could see, was very animated in the player cam, and now he's going to be not animated in the game. Because he's really dead. Oh, picks the juke. And Carrier, he's able to lock down casting as well. The bros are just falling apart.
Oh, man, this hurts if you're, you know, a Hanjin fan, because it felt like they may have had a way back in. It was going to be a tough game, but now I think all your hopes are shattered. You know, this was a bit of a set of mistakes here that I mean, it's kind of disastrous. Like, you end up losing your support. Teddy is moving forward there. He dies.
Yeah, and the Baron.
Just don't, like, I want to look at this again because they have, like, Teddy has full information. Like, there's no trickery here. He ults and then, yeah, I guess he just thought that they were on Baron, so he's got to go over and challenge, and that they weren't on Baron yet, so he just walked into them and died.
Maybe the call from Gideon was like, oh, try and keep them interested or something like that.
Yeah.
Not that interested. That's too interested.
Yeah. I think Gideon is just, I mean, they all were so desperate to stop T1 from getting Baron that T1 wasn't doing yet. And then T1 was like, I'm killing the pro champions, actually. That's the buff I want, is all of this gold that they pick up.
And then they did the Baron. And so they kind of have everything. They're moving towards a 5,000 gold lead, not quite there just yet, but this Rebel Baron power play will certainly get juiced up over the next 2 minutes. All right, let's see. Bottom lane is going to get pushed in first, and I don't think an equalizer is going to be enough to stop this one from going down. Also, not the hill you really want to die on.
No, I don't think so. I think you let this one go. Trying to set up a flank, though, on the left side.
Yeah. Train left the station, but the Cataclysm not exactly helping out there as the bullet time will get interrupted. Still, it's going to be enough to take down Ona. Doran in a bit of trouble, cease and desist into the backline, and the combo is there. Paze just gets roasted where he stands, and Faker is turned into scrambled eggs once again. Gideon knocks him down, and Carrier is the last one alive alongside Doran.
This series is just too much, Atlas. Okay, so we went from no hope, no optimism to suddenly a flank play. T1 get cut to pieces, just a little bit too scattered. So Owner here is trying to check for said flanks, right? Wants to come over here and challenge this ward, gets caught by Gideon. And then Teddy here gets collapsed on, but Doran can't get to him. Hits the wall here, and then this ultimate from Teddy is able to take the Jarvan out. Doran's now isolated from team. Faker and Paze can't close the gap here.
And Teddy just killed Carrier.
I don't even... Okay.
He didn't even need to cleanse. It just killed him.
Yeah, he just said, no, you're not allowed to be alive anymore in this particular state. It's the first death of the game for Carrier. And now there's so much standing gold on the map here. All these outers are up, and Bro are closing the gold gap and closing it quickly. Let's see if they can get away from this gank.
Yeah. Gideon going to turn it on to Ona where he can. You can see Casting holding Doran in position. Decent sidesteps there, but Casting's very dead. Paze claiming that kill and might be able to get this one on the Rumble at the same time, as the Equalizer just does not do very much of anything at all. And so the Bros, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 1.5 forward.
That's a good way to put it.
Sort of thing.
They get Carrier, and they get the turret in the bottom side. They get some plates in mid, so I think it's still a trade-up of gold for them, but I think they could have just played this a little bit slower. So Casting has Crystalline here, so he's going to be able to get this turret from the minions. If he is able to somehow outplay this, instead of, like, if he just runs away here, instead of trying to outplay Rod, is what I really mean to say, then maybe he's actually fine or pulls more resources, but he kind of tried to collapse there Gideon. But because 4 show up, the top push is still there for Roamer. They still get the mid push. They actually take out both top and mid turrets out of this, so Bro ends up still getting a lot out of his death.
Yeah, so still able to get something back, and you can see, as far as the gold lead is concerned, it's 28.5 minutes. What was I saying before? Like, if the gold lead stays at 2,000, then the Bros are fine. I mean, it's less than that. So I think they're still kind of feeling good, and the Baron, no longer a thing that they need to worry about. You can see for the Bros, that gold is in favor of the top side of the map. Pays is still a huge problem, which is what we've been kind of talking about all game long. Does have a Bloodthirster completed, as well as his Last Whisper, heading towards 5 items, which is where, yeah, the Caitlyn becomes a gigantic problem yet again. Gideon looking for Doran.
He is also, because he's where the gold is, a potential liability, right? And Bro can, if they punish him, if they can find him again like they did in that scrap around their blue buff, they can win this game because they have a lot of tools. They have all the CC you could ever want for a Rumble, and if FaZe dies first in a fight, all the wind is out of T1's sails, so he has to be very careful. Faker?
He just gets bed, and there is the Flash Frost there as well. Still, they found Casting, who does break his arm guard. Tibbers is there to try and defend, but Tibbers is not going to stay. And that is Casting just dead. Takes a drink on the play cam, as you can see there.
90 seconds until this Baron is up, so not much T1 can do as a result of this punish here, but it's still a Rumble off the map, and they're looking to try to push down this inner now with this Caitlyn pick that is able to do a lot of damage from super far away. Crystalline first.
Yeah, there's the bullet time just to clear out the wave. That will successfully do so. Still Doran able to walk under turrets and just kind of tank it up forever if he would like to. FaZe takes a lot of damage. There's a rapid fire cannon done for Teddy as well. He's on 4 items.
20 seconds till Casting comes up. His ult would be up around the same time. T1 need to be careful. Remember, last time they lost a big fight was because they were pushed up too far. There are no flanks set up here for Bro just now, and T1 have a lot of control vision, so I think they will just carefully, surgically remove this turret off the map and then back away.
Yeah. T1's flank vision was actually insane in that moment.
It's almost like they learned.
Triangle of woods.
Yeah, it's almost like they learned from what happened last time. Faker here, you know, he ends up getting bared, but he's got flash, so he can just get over the wall here. The equalizer is completely wasted, so he doesn't actually have it to peel for himself or turn anything around here. So arm guard also broken as a result of this one. It does pick up Azonius, as you can see it in live, so it doesn't necessarily matter anymore, but a close game still. And I don't feel like it should have been, but Bro just have so many tools, and when all the money's in one basket, right? Like all the eggs in one basket, but in this case, the gold is all in FaZe. Can lose the game just straight up in an instant.
Yeah, FaZe does get that black shield. Tibbers just to join in. Bit of a gate crash there, as we can see, as Carrier looks for the angle. Roma flashes out of the way. It's a broken up fight, though, as the flash out from Gideon's fantastic, but he's put in the Cataclysm. Cease and desist comes through. His owner's pulled away from the rest of his team. It's only Doran there to try and defend this job, and it's Teddy that's able to help put him down, with Gideon there getting the last hit. Casting still in a decent spot as FaZe gets on over. Roma probably didn't want to tank that one, but does at least have the Molten Shield on the retreat. It's owner in trade for no one, though.
Casting still has his ultimate. I think he wants to try to use it somehow here.
Oh, Faker does have a blast cone and does use it to get into the Dragon Pit with full information over to the Bros.
TP coming through from Roamer. His Tibbers is back up. This could be an amazing equalizer flank if T1 don't realize what's going on.
Well, there is the bullet time coming on through. Namgun goes in. There's the equalizer coming on down. The Leona sacrifices herself, but Casting gets on top of FaZe and wipes out the Caitlyn. It's another one for the double under Casting here as Faker is put into the egg and Teddy locks down the kill. The Bros were thinking about a dragon. They'll get a Baron.
I mean, this is another great play from Casting on this Rumble. He's flanking, making this work. They push through, and I think T1 just were a little bit duped there. Great setup there on the front part of the fight as well. They push FaZe down. Like I said, doesn't matter how much gold ahead you are. If you're dead at the beginning of the fight, Baron goes over here to Bro, and they've equalized the gold. They've taken a gold lead. And look, you have so many opportunities when you're Bro and these types of situations to look for proactive plays.
tell you what, this is one of the first times Roma's name has been correct.
Yeah.
Like, he is all over the map. He's coming from every single angle, be it on Annie or on Akali.
And the end result here is unfortunately just a bit of a split call. Owner is flashing forward to try to set up these plays, but the DPS is not following.
I mean, it's the old adage of I'm Jav and I'm helping 5 screens away from the rest of his team.
And then Pays here is just, he has to cleanse.
Oh, the sidesteps from Teddy as well, man.
And then Teddy is just like, all right, well, I kill Anivia in the 1v1. Kiting it through, has his Bloodthirster, gets a little bit of help from casting, and then Faker's dead, no passive. Dragon goes over to Bro, they're on Soul Point now, and they have this Baron to push this lead even further.
It would be very funny if T1 loses Soul twice in a row and gets a 2-0. That could actually be what happens here today. 4.5 minutes on that next Dragon if the Bros do want to get that Soul.
And it is, you know, 2 of the Souls where it's believable, I suppose, but the game state here, crazy the turnaround potentially for Bro in this one.
Yeah.
It's not over till it's over, and T1 still have a Caitlyn that's 2,000 gold ahead. And similarly to how you were talking about the overall gold, that gold hasn't moved, but that still stays relevant the entire game because that's an extra item that you usually have picked up as the Caitlyn in this situation. But it doesn't matter if he keeps dying.
There's also the issue of waves that haven't necessarily been managed quite as well by the Bros, but they do send Roma towards the top side. And now, for the very first time this game, the Bros have a gold lead. 200 at 34.5 minutes. This is once again so incredibly close.
It's right now, so many things for T1 that they had kind of in the bag are now kind of in question. And Baze doesn't have Flash, doesn't have Cleanse for a few more seconds here.
20.
He is huge. And if Pays dies first again, it feels like he just kissed this game goodbye. We'll see you in game 3. Because there's a Leona, right? There's an Annie, there's a Vi.
And Faker has the Fiendish Codices as well. I really appreciate buying 2 of those items because it's a really great plural.
It's a great set as well. They look good together on the mantle.
Yeah.
If you have just one, it looks like you're not really that into them.
Yeah, I mean, they're books and they can be a bookend.
Yeah.
Which is just beautiful. So he does have those Codices. And as you can look at that tiny little red speck at the end of that gold graph.
The thing I want to see most in this next fight is how Doran feels, because he has often been trying to go in with Owner, and Pays and Faker are like, oh, they got a lot engaged, we got to stay back. And so they create somewhat of a split. And even though they're very tanky in the front line, the damage is there. The damage is real. This Rumble itself does so much, even without Equalizer, that you can't afford to be splitting your front and back lines. We need to see, I think, Doran, rather than ulting in, maybe just staying near the carries so that Pays can melt the enemy team here. There isn't much of a front line for Bro. The front line is the CC, and they win the fight through that. But if the CC doesn't land, or if Pays is able to escape, or Doran absorbs all the pressure, that's it. That's the fight. Like, Teddy can't just front to back. He can to a certain extent. He can, especially if the Caitlyn is dead. But if the Caitlyn is still alive, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, he will have a GA relatively soon. And if they get Ocean Soul, I mean, then maybe you can kind of stand your ground, right? As the Caitlyn, as the Misfortune with Bloodthirster, right? Like, you will be getting a lot of health back per auto. But as you say, I mean, it's not necessarily someone that's all.
It's not likely.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a rough time. Still, Namgung with Eclipse leveled up, like he's level 14 now. Once he's got it maxed, like, he will be pretty tanky, I guess. He's died 6 times, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't have very many items, but he's got a Locket and a Dream. And the Dream right now is of dragons.
Still dreaming, though, because Dragon ain't waking up until 80 more seconds from now, so maybe we would take a reset. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Flapping on over.
Did get some vision set up around the Dragon area. Not a ton of it, but
Casting gets his Rabadons before this Dragon fight potentially breaks out as well.
And let's see if Romer is close to doing that so as well. I think they might give him this Gromp, and that might be enough for him. This is potentially the fight to decide the game. Baron's going to be up right afterwards. And in fact, we might even just ignore Dragon and go straight to Baron. But this next fight feels like it's going to blow the game open completely.
Not to mention, Pays just completed his GA. Yes. So that's full items for Caitlyn. And he was popping at the beginning of the fight. And he's not going to do that anymore
Romer,
because he has a GA.
He waited. Okay, he's got Death Cap. This is it.
All right, double hats. And Namgung already softened here. They know that he's the engaged. Decent knock up there onto Teddy, but he has a big old shield. He is kind of okay.
Jack shows value here for Doran is high.
Yeah, Solar Flare, not exactly getting a lot of value as Namgung goes in one more time. Does cleanse himself as they look to engage onto Doran. Not exactly the priority target, and that is Namgung just dead.
Yeah,
the rest of the bros just going to bail from this one as they should just give up this Dragon.
But there's a 20-second desync between Dragon and Baron. And as a result of that, like, they can't just trade for Baron for free. They're
yeah,
gonna
it's
try
just going to be both. I think T1 should be able to still compete for this. 13 seconds.
They really
Baron swims over.
Like, they're just not even in position for it. They're going to try to look for a push here, or so a push to control this vision to set a trap for T1 instead. But Carry is already on it. Faker's on the wraparound. They read this bluff, rather.
Yeah, Faker is going to spot Gideon, who does Vault Breaker late. That is smart in order to get himself out of there. Make It Rain comes down from Teddy as well, just to see whether anyone was in the area as Pays clears out the wave.
Another fairly indecisive call here from Bro.
I mean, I think Namgung, he decided.
Yeah.
The rest of the team did not decide.
Well, Namgung's ult was also, like, his ult and his engage, neither were really threatening Pays at all. And it looks like he didn't get the memo that that's the target they need to kill. And then Doran is like, I've got Jack shows, I'm chilling.
Oh dear, this is very scary for the bros.
Very scary for everyone, I think.
Yeah. Namgung's back. Teddy clears out the wave. And Pays is off screen. He just does not want to get engaged on. Roma here towards the top side, just dealing with whatever he can. But there is control vision from both teams on this Baron. And so no one going to get caught unawares. Doran going to be the one sent over here. Level 20 Scion with about 1 billion health.
Yeah, Casting is trying to push this turret down. He has teleport, so can join. T1 are going to back away. Like you said, both teams very aware of what's going on, but Casting is going to be the biggest benefactor of this kind of slow, measured play around Baron here because he gets the entirety of the turret. Gold not important really for him that much at this moment in time. Still has an item left to potentially build with that Dark Seal in his inventory, but it's more about getting that structure down so they can threaten inhibitors later on. And T1 are not pulling the trigger on this Baron, surprisingly. Almost looks like they're spooked, but yeah, are going to come over here and eventually clear this ward. They've given enough time for that free reset for Casting, and it's very unlike T1 to not try to threaten this Baron in the turn with the
I'm very surprised that they haven't just pressed the button as Pays gets engaged on here by Teddy. Does get hit by the Dark Binding, does immediately cleanse. And Mikhail's. In fact, double cooldowns being thrown at the Misfortune is unfortunate.
It's crazy how much power T1 have because they have essentially 3 GAs with that egg.
Sometimes you just want to hit the button as they're unable to break the Black Shield as Carrier goes down to half health as Gideon still alive gets the shield. And it is, in fact, Owner that has to flash away. Namgung's still alive, flashes out, but is still going to get taken down. This Flame Spitter doing some work, but Doran, actually gets taken out. Faker makes his way over, though, and that Glacial Storm is really hurting the bros. They lose their support, but they take down the top laner.
Teddy is playing this Misfortune like it's just a straight-up normal hyper carry. It almost looks like he's the one who's outranging the Caitlyn. All the poke, all the damage he's layered in here. Casting has TP, but he does not have Equalizer. Same for Roamer's ultimate. Tibbers is down. They're going to have to fight their way through this if they're going to deny the Baron.
You can see Gideon wanting to get some vision on this as they pull away from the Baron. T1 noticed the control ward. They realize they cannot sneak it. It was a nice little attempt, just a vision test here for the pros.
This is another 40+.
Yeah, why is it a Gigabanger? It's just Gigabanger after Gigabanger today.
This is crazy. Okay. My heart can't take too much more.
Who is winning, Wolf?
I hope we're winning and Bro wins so that we get 3 games that are 40 minutes
that's what winning really looks like.
Hayes does have 1 Black Shield, but he's pushed away here. And then Teddy layers so much damage, and they turn on to Owner again. The disconnect, the desync here.
Living is absurd.
And then watch Teddy. Not only does he help push Doran out, but then he like walks away. He walks in and chips Pays as well. As Pays is looking for Cast. Look at this. He's like, yeah, I outrange you, sir.
Well, I mean, if you hit every double up, then yeah, I guess you kind of do. Maybe that's just how it goes. GA held onto here by Gideon. They managed to kill Owner and take his Guardian Angel. As Ace in the Hole comes through and Teddy says, and what? Because he does have his Bloodthirster shield. Now going to build that one back up again immediately.
It just doesn't seem like it should be possible that with this insane front line, T1 could lose team fights.
Gosh. That's another double up. It's going to connect. Make It Rain comes on down as Teddy is just skipping towards them menacingly.
Gideon lurking here, but they will get pushed away.
Yeah,
and we reset again.
And we have 6 elemental Drakes that have been taken. Soul point for both teams. Drake up again in 35 seconds. Great Wall is going to connect as Teddy gets stunned up, hit by a train, and taken down to the... Oh, never mind! The GA doesn't actually pop just yet. He stands his ground. The bullet time is going to get interrupted, but he takes out Owner in the meantime. As another GA comes on through, Romer is just dead as Teddy's taken down. And T1, I think they may have done it. It's a double kill for Doran somehow. The ace comes in, and T1... they'll win a clean 2-0, ladies and gentlemen, to take the line from KT. It's clean, nothing to see here.
Yeah, certainly not. Certainly no resistance at any point. No scary moments.
Nope, just look at the scoreboard.
Finally, the Scion Jarvan gets the misfortune. Finally, it happens. It took a little bit longer than you expected in the play-by-play, but he does go down. And even though Rumble was on the other side,